Carmine Lupertazzi Sr. is a significant character in The Sopranos, portrayed by actor Tony Lip. He's the head of the Lupertazzi crime family, one of the 5 families in New York, and one of the most powerful and influential mob bosses in the series. As the boss of the Lupertazzi family, Carmine Sr. is depicted as a traditional and old-school mobster with deep roots in organized crime. He is respected and feared within both his family and the broader criminal underworld. Carmine is generally portrayed as a calm, measured and dignified figure, in contrast to some of the more hot-headed characters in the series. He has a somewhat paternal approach to leadership, often seen as wise and strategic in his decisions. However, like many in his line of work, he is also ruthless when necessary. Carmine's relationship with Tony Soprano is a crucial aspect of the series. While they share a mutual respect, their interactions are often complicated by the tensions and conflicts that arise between the New Jersey and New York factions. Carmine Sr. generally seeks to maintain peace and stability between the two families, but power struggles and disputes over business ventures, such as the Esplanade construction project, often put them at odds. Carmine Sr.'s presence in the series, while not as prominent as some of the other characters, is crucial in depicting the complexities of mafia politics and the delicate balance of power within the criminal underworld. His character represents the old guard of the mafia, with his death symbolizing a shift in the world of organized crime. Sopranos fans often say that season 5 and 6 feel different from the earlier seasons. They're darker, more cynical, and one of the key early moments of season 5's opener is the death of Carmine, as if to signal the end of the old-style Sopranos episodes. The qualities of Carmine, apparently the inventor of the point-shaving scheme according to Bobby, are not necessarily always apparent during his scenes. It's after his part in the show is over, when the likes of Johnny Sack, who used to be a pragmatist, takes over, and then exits through a veil of tears, leading to Phil Leotardo's emotional and petty reign of early man. The Lupertazzis were a competent organization when he was in charge. Perhaps his business-orientated mind is what made him promote the likes of calm, collected family man Johnny Sack. His steadiness and sense of seniority bleeding through the ranks and giving the New York crew a very classy vibe when compared to that pygmy thing in Jersey. As soon as he dies, we see a bloody succession war, instability, with power changing hands every so often, a total debacle. It's a phenomenon that exists in real life too. Often great leaders who achieve much glory, after they go, their successors fail to get anywhere near the heights they achieved. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, Suleiman the Magnificent. And notice how, unlike many of the other older characters like Feech,
in my day,
Phil,
I did 20 fucking years,
and Richie,
Look, kid, I shouldn't have to explain myself. I'm from the old school.
Carmine is not in need of tooting his own horn and bigging himself up. It reminds me of a quote from Game of Thrones where Tywin says, "Any man who needs to say, 'I am the king,' is no true king." Carmine was a king, a true boss, a man who towers above all the other bosses, and whose voice is used as an aggregator long after he's dead, like when Phil says,
Carmine always said the Sopranos are nothing more than a glorified crew.
He's like the Greek in The Wire, business-minded over everything and towering above all the other gangsters. He has all the qualities the likes of Tony, Johnny Sack and Phil Leotardo imagined they had. They talk the talk, but when it came down to it, they allowed personal emotional problems to bleed into their business dealings. What has made Carmine Sr. last this long? What must he have been like in his prime to reach the stage of an old man and still be the most competent boss in the show? The fact that the boss and underboss of New York both plan hits on each other almost simultaneously shows how alert and on the ball one must be in the family of the Lupertazzis. There was class about Carmine, a man who played his cards right and didn't order a hit as a first resort and knew that real gangsters avoided petty squabbles. He stops Johnny Sack killing Ralph, for example, because it was the wrong move for all parties involved.